everybody, hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make one of my favourite types of pasta in the world, tagliatelle. It's not tagliatelle, it's tagliatelle. That's the correct Italian pronunciation of how to say it. And pasta. I feel like pasta should be a life skill. Very much like making bread, learning how to cut an onion, because there's so much you can do with pasta. Especially fresh pasta as well, and it's cooked so quickly. To be honest, the longest part of making pasta is actually just letting it rest for half an hour, but that's it. You stick it inside a hot, boiling salted water, and it's done within 4 minutes, and it's fantastic. So this recipe is really simple. This is a legitimate Italian recipe as well. Okay, guys, so here we are. I'm using the KitchenAid. Some Italians would say don't use a KitchenAid because you'll overwork the dough, but the trick is to not overwork it. Once you see it coming together in the bowl, take it out, then you knead it, you press it together, and then you mold it into your little pasta shape. So this is really simple. So you need 200 grams of type 00 flour. Then you want to make a little well in the middle. You want to get your egg. The ratio is 200 grams of flour, 2 eggs. So you're looking at about 100 grams of pasta per person. I don't know if you guys have seen my last video. My last video is showing you guys how to make slow cooked beef ragu. Again, I use 100 grams of pasta per person on that recipe. Just go with that. That is the perfect amount of pasta for you to eat. So really slowly get this working. Bring up the speed a little bit, and once you see it start coming together, then we'll get it onto the table and we'll start working it. Have a sip of wine whilst we're waiting for that to do its thing. There it goes, so you can see it coming together now. Fantastic, so we'll take it to about there. Now what you want to do is you want to work it with your hands. The reason why you want to use your hands is because you'll get to feel the pasta, you get to feel it change, you get to feel the consistency, and you'll know what's going on with your pasta dough. So we're just going to get rid of this in 1, 2, 3. Go, there it is, all done. So we've got our pasta dough. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my hands just in case it sticks together, but it shouldn't do because this is the perfect amount. So the shape I'm going to make you today is tagliatelle, and tagliatelle is just it's about 5 mils thick. You can do it using a knife. I've actually got the pasta attachment here. This is spaghetti, that's tagliatelle, and this is to make lasagnas and larger shapes, but you can get the attachments to make the larger shapes. So you just want to work that pasta in. Basically, you'll know when it's done because it'll feel almost like a little bit of a thicker, more dense version of a paste. And the reason why you don't want to take it all the way with a KitchenAid is because what you'll do is you'll work the dough too much. And you don't want to work the dough too much because you're making a pasta, you're not making a bread, so you don't need to stretch the gluten. I'm really getting right in there at the moment. What I'm going to do now is a little time lapse of me doing the dough, and then once we've gotten it to the right consistency, we're then going to let it rest for about half an hour. And then we're going to get on with showing you how to make your beautiful pasta. So what we're going to do now is we're literally going to let that rest for half an hour. Then we're going to cut it into 2 and roll it out using our pasta machine. We're going to make homemade tagliatelle.
30 minutes. minutes later.
Okay, but it's been about half an hour now, and the pasta dough has been able to rest, and it looks fantastic. It feels fantastic. In fact, it's actually become a little bit smoother since I last seen it, and that's not because I've actually done anything to it. It's because it's actually become smoother. So what I'm going to do, I've noticed that somehow I've got like water everywhere from where I was cleaning down in between takes. So what I'm going to do is just quickly, because we don't want to get any water on this. There we go. So what we're going to do now is a bit of flour. I like to use a bit of semolina. Semolina is actually kind of dry, so it doesn't allow any moisture to interrupt anything. So sorry, stop showing you my crotch, don't I? There it is. I'm all over the shop now. There we go. So we want to get. So what we want to do is we want to pat out our pasta doughs and put a bit of semolina in and around the pasta machine. Of course, you can use a rolling pin, but even Italians would recommend using one of these. So we don't want to pull it through that way, because that way will mean that it'll be it'll be far too thin. So we actually want to pull it through that way. So this pasta machine I actually got from the charity shop for £5, and it's great. It works. It does the job. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick it in, and it's got notches here. It goes. This one goes 1 to 7, but some can go up to 1 to 9. And I'm actually going to take this off so you guys can see what's happening. Here we go. And that's our first rep. So we go down a size. So every time you put it through, you go down a size. Oh, this is like a left-handed one. This is weird. That cool. And then we want a little bit more semolina. Make sure that it's not going to stick. Sticking through like that. Grabbing from the other side. Oh. Go down a notch. So every time you put it through, you go down a notch. So by the time we hit number 1, it'll be the ideal thickness for your pasta. And again, you don't want to pull it out, you just want to help it along. You don't want to stretch it out. You just literally want to help it along a little bit. Let's get some more light in the situation, because I realise that I've got a light above me. There we go, guys. See everything now. So now we're on to notch number 3. We've gone to notch number 4. Change it to notch number 3. Again, making sure it's dry. Nothing's gonna make it stick. Take it to about halfway. Grab them out the bottom. Awesome. And then what we're going to do is, that's notch number 2. We're coming to the end of it now, guys, of this first bit of pasta. And you see what I mean, how easy it is. And this is actually kind of therapeutic for me. Really therapeutic. I'm really enjoying this. It's like, not that I've had a stressful week or anything, but if you could just do this, have a bit of relaxing time. Now I've got it through. Awesome. So now we're actually kind of getting quite long, as you guys can see on this. So we're actually gonna cut this one in half. Then we're going to send this one through. This is our last time sending this one through. So this is essentially pasta portion number 1. Fantastic. And you can see it now. It's almost see-through. See that? It's almost see-through, and that's perfect. That's so good. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut them down to size like that. That's going to make a beautiful tagliatelle. That's going to make a beautiful tagliatelle. Let's stick them on there. You got this bit of pasta here, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to time lapse everything to speed it up, and then I'll show you how to make your 2 ways of making your tagliatelle shapes. And there you go, guys, that is how you make your pasta. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut that in half, and now we're going to use the tagliatelle attachment. So I got to be honest with you guys, the first time I've used this, but let's see what happens. Let's thread it through. I feel like this could there we go. £5, guys, £5 from a charity shop. Oh, can you see what's happening? Look, guys, homemade tagliatelle. And there you go, guys, look at that, eh? And that's how you make homemade tagliatelle. Oh, I love pasta so much. This is so good. So yeah, we just carry on doing that. So rinse and repeat, guys. Rinse and repeat the pasta. Tagliatelle, andiamo. Cool, so this is actually, that's about 100 grams there. Now, the reason I'm using semolina and not flour is because semolina is actually a lot drier and it doesn't tend to absorb moisture as much, or when it does, it clumps up so you can see it. But as you can see, right here, it's not really sticking together. It's actually really nicely done. There might be a few bits that are like, you know, stuck together like that, but again, a bit of semolina on top, you're sorted. And then we're going to do the rest to this little pasta here. So I'll see you in a few seconds. And there we go, guys, that's your tagliatelle. I would know, as I said, I completely forgot to do something. I'm going to be honest with you here, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to show you how you can cut this down to size using a knife. But literally, what you would do is you would grab a sheet of pasta, you would roll it up like a cigar, and then you would cut across to the size you want. Give it a bit of a shake around like this, and then it'll give you the same results. But I actually prefer this because it's all uniform and all the same. But this is just as good, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Make it at home. It's so simple. Again, I will say it again. Being able to make pasta should be a life skill like making bread. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, do all that good stuff. It's free, and I shall see you in the next video. Love you all. Arrivederci.